Hey guys, Maven here. Now, ever since I left the WWE in 2005, I've been asked one question: would you ever go back? And even though that is a simple question, the answer, it's complex. And recently, I've been given some new information leading me to believe I never will. Jump in, I'll tell you all about it. Now, in order for me to return to the WWE, two sides have to agree. Me and the WWE. Although my return as a wrestler might not be what I'm looking for, perhaps another return would be to my liking. Let me explain to you why I don't think I would return as a wrestler. Well, first and foremost, I have to look at just my age. The closer I inch towards 50, the more I feel my joints hurt, the more I feel my back hurts, my neck hurts. And I mean, this is nothing new. But does that mean I would rule it out altogether as a wrestler? No, it does not. I would possibly go back and wrestle if two things could happen. One, if I knew I was going to have a secure paycheck, that no matter what, that check was going to come week after week. Right now, that's not the case. So if I went out and got injured, who's going to pay my bills? How am I going to get to and from work? How am I going to rehab? How am I going to get my body back in shape if I'm bedridden? You know, if I blow an ACL, if I pop an Achilles. If I knew that money was going to be there, that would be step one. Step two, I would want to have some time to be able to just completely devote myself to getting back in the type of shape needed to be a WWE wrestler. And again, this is another place where age is not in my favor. It's not helping me out. But I would do everything. I would completely change my diet. I would hit the gym the way I used to. I would do everything in my power. And I know what you're thinking. Do you mean everything? I mean a lot. Those would be the two things needed that would make me even entertain going back into the ring. So coming back as a full-time wrestler, although not impossible, highly unlikely and probably not in the cards. A lot of things would have to line up. A lot of things would have to go perfectly for me. And I just honestly don't see it happening. So if I was to return to the WWE, I would see it as more of a commentary role, or something where I could run this mouth of mine, and something where I could use just my years of wrestling knowledge and wrestling experience and just what I've been able to learn and gather along the way. And actually, I had a tryout, an audition, if you will, with the WWE just 4 short years ago. And to me, I thought it went pretty well. I thought, obviously, I was far from a completed, finished product. However, I could see a commentator role, a manager type role, just being more suited to my abilities at this point and at this place in my life. It took a long, long time for me to get to this place to where I accept my limitations, accept what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, more importantly, and understand exactly what value I could add to a company. I have nothing but fond memories of my time in wrestling. Did it end, or did it go the way I would have preferred? No, of course not. And I've mentioned before of what I did, and more importantly, what I didn't do to help bolster or boost my career. But that doesn't stop the love that I have for not only this business, but for the company that gave me my very first opportunity. That said, I do know if I went back, things would have to be different. Things would have to change. And I would probably have to mend a few fences along the way. But that's only one half of the puzzle piece that would have to come together. I mean, I could say yes all day long, but that doesn't do anybody any good unless the WWE themselves say yes. And therein lies the complication. Now, I've never had 100% positive confirmation that Triple H did not like me. And hell, as a matter of fact, I've seen the guy a few times since my departure, and every time I run into him, we're completely cordial, and it actually is good to see him. I genuinely have nothing but respect for the man. When I put him over, when I say exactly how good he is, I mean it. He is that good in the wrestling business. But therein lies a potential possible problem. A year and a half after Tough Enough ended, when I was wrestling Hunter, he's still considering me the Tough Enough guy. He's still asking me, do you want to play wrestler? And yeah, it's a gimmick and he's playing a character and everything, but I can't go inside the man's head. I can't tell him how to think. I can't tell him whether or not he should still see me that way. And I don't know, he might still see me that way to this day. Now, normally your personal relationship with someone wouldn't mount to a hill of beans, but in this case, it does matter. I mean, Hunter's running the whole thing, and even with the recent upheaval in upper management within the company, Hunter still has his place, and he's, if anything, been bolstered, and his power's been only increased. I don't know if that's going to be forever, but for the time being, right now, his power is almighty. Now, you might be watching and saying to yourself, well, Maven, this is all just speculation, and you would be right. It is. Until I got some brand new information very recently. I ran into a current WWE employee, and no, it's not any wrestlers. This employee informed me that they not only went to bat for me, but tried to encourage and tried to suggest possible ways of utilizing me, utilizing the talents that I may possess now. This person told me that not only was the answer no, but they were actually shot down mighty quickly. And I wish hearing this, I wish I could say it upset me, made me sad, or even disappointed me in some way. But the fact of the matter is, it just didn't. The one thing I've been able to do, over the last 20 some years is be resigned to accepting the fate that is in front of me, not wishing I could alter or change things that are indeed behind me. I have this platform now, and I'm able to still provide some value to a business I love so much. I've learned to be grateful and to be accepting of whatever fate comes my way. Because honestly, sometimes in life, whether good, whether bad, sometimes you realize we're just passing through.